Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So let's not waste time. अच्छा अभी लोग ज्वाइन नहीं कर रहे हैं. Good afternoon. गौरव आवाज नहीं आ रही बड़े दिन से. Good afternoon.
गुड आफ्टरनून मैम.
Good afternoon. मैं बहुत दिन से तुझे सुना नहीं.
मैम वो थोड़ा नेटवर्क का इश्यू रहता है.
So अच्छा okay. Now we have completed our basic ideas for statistical physics. That is the chapter number 1 of unit 1. Now we are going to do this MB statistics. Okay, this whole of the basic idea about statistics, that is the chapter number 1. It dealt with a kind of ये क्या हुआ सब reconnection में. I'm audible, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So अगर नहीं होंगे ना तो माइक से बोल देना कि मैम ऑडिबल नहीं हो. Okay. So the next chapter that we shall be doing now, we shall be talking about the relation of probability and statistics with some kind of physics. Okay, हमने statistics पढ़ लिया. अब ये macro micro क्या था, phase क्या थे, cells क्या थे, compartment क्या थे, have a physical understanding of why we are doing. So now we here relate what statistics, probability, ideas of macro micro state, all now we are going to relate it. Okay, now from here the actual physics starts, right? So the chapter is called as MB statistics, that is the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Okay, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. So I shall be sharing the, just one second. PPT. तुम्हें अभी तक ना यार वो नहीं दिख रही थी ना, you were not able to see the PowerPoint slideshow. So I have worked on it. I hope you'll be able to see the slideshow now. Is it visible? Are the things
Yes,
visible
ma'am.
on the
Yes, ma'am.
screen? वो यार कुछ issue आ रहा है उसमें. I don't know what's the issue, but let's not take a point. Right? So this is something we अभी तुमको दिखेगा बिल्कुल अच्छे से. So to arrange हमने क्या किया? Static dynamic systems. Okay. Statics and dynamic systems, static systems in which the particles remain at rest, and in which the particles do not remain and at rest. That is, they have some kind of velocity, they are going here and there. Definitely they are not at rest, they are called dynamic systems, right? So then we did an exercise on how to arrange n particles in k compartment, and then after the compartment I again applied an approach of statistics, and I kind of divided those compartments into number of cells which were of very same dimension, similar dimension. Then I spoke about how we divide, yes, the same number of cells, right? Then this is all about how we talk about the basic fundamentals. And so the next thing which we shall be doing is Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Okay, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Before this Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, I really need to understand what is this static system and what is this dynamic system. So basically there are, मैंने पहले भी बताया था, they are in rest, and for the particles they are in motion. या एक बात बताओ, रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है नहीं हो रही है? क्योंकि मेरे पास इस टाइम राइट्स नहीं है रिकॉर्डिंग चेक करने के. मैंने स्क्रीन शेयर करी है पूरी.
Yes, ma'am.
मैम हो रही है.
बस ठीक है. So there are two kinds of systems basically. One I called as a static system, right, and other I called as a one I called as a static system, other is a dynamic system, right? As the word says, static charge, static electricity. Static means something at rest. So basically I am saying if I have some particles with me, some n particles, and they will definitely have some position coordinates like x, y, z, okay, and they are going to be जिस भी डायमेंशन में होगा उस डायमेंशन के पोजीशन कोऑर्डिनेट्स आर गोइंग टू बी देयर. सो आई से दैट to identify any particle in a static system. आपके पास static system में कोई particle है x, y, z में, x axis, y axis and z axis, right? This is any particle that you have in your static system, and if you wish to, you know, kind of write the coordinates of this static system का particle, then you just need to write position coordinates, right? And these position coordinates are not going to change with the time. Why they don't change? Because they are at rest. अब अगर rest पे होंगे तभी तो वो static system में है, right? So if the particles are at rest, only then I can say that they are from a family of a static system, right? On the other way, if I have some particles which are in motion, कभी यहाँ पे है, कभी यहाँ पे है, कभी यहाँ पे है, definitely, okay, any particle is going to have some x, y, z position coordinates, but these position coordinates are going to change with time. As the time changes from 1 second to the second second or the third second, the particle maybe that the position coordinates are x, y, z. They, as and when they are moving, they change to some x dash, y dash, z dash. The particles are all the time in the motion, so the position coordinates, they are going to change with time, right? They are going to change with time. So if they are moving, they really have some kind of momentum, right? Do you agree? How many of you agree that if the particles are moving, definitely they will have some kind of momentum is equal to mass into velocity whatsoever the particles are. So basically the important difference lies between the two systems, that if you have some particle and that particular particle is just been identified by the position coordinates, okay, just by the position coordinates, then I say that those particles belong to static systems. But if you have some particles which need position coordinates as well as the momentum coordinates for their identification, they are called as the dynamic systems, right? The first difference between a static and a dynamic system, that if you have a static system, you just need position coordinates, right? But in dynamic system, you need position plus the momentum coordinates, right? So the space, as they initially say, the space in which the constituent particles can be described in terms of position coordinate is called a position space, right? That is called a position space. Now, if suppose I have any space and I am going to identify that space with the position coordinates, I call that space as a position space. So each particle, if I am having x, y, z, okay, x, y, z, 3 coordinates. So any particle that is going to be identified by 3n coordinates, that is 3 position coordinates or 3 position vectors, right? So the static system is only going to be identified by position space. So the number of coordinates in the static system are 3n, right? But if in the case of a dynamic system, if you have any kind of dynamic system, if you are talking about the particles which are in motion, then you need to define position coordinates as well as the momentum coordinates, right? Position coordinates आपको x, y, z भी define करने पड़ेंगे, और momentum coordinates, what is the momentum along px, along y and along z, this you also need to describe. So any system which is being described by the position coordinate is called the position space, right? And any system that is being defined by the momentum coordinates is called the momenta space, right? And the space, okay, is it clear? Is this fundamental clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So,
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
so if any space, okay, now the important thing is to know that if any space is being defined by 3n position coordinates, 3n position coordinates plus 3n momenta coordinates, that space I call as a phase space. That space I call as a phase space. So what is a phase space? Hurry up. Bolo, what is a phase space? What is a
3n
phase
plus
space?
3n.
A space in which the particles are going to be described by the position coordinates as well as the momentum coordinates. Clear? If you wish to write, please write it down. The space in which the state of constituent particles, state of constituent particles of a system can be described. अब ये इंटरेस्टिंग है, statistical physics. इसके बाद it is very interesting. Can be described in terms of position and momentum coordinates. They are called as that space is called as phase space. So how many coordinates does the phase space have? अगर static system के 3 coordinates हैं, dynamic system के भी 3 momentum coordinates हैं. So how many coordinates does this phase space has? Yes,
6.
they will have 6 coordinates. पोजिशन कोऑर्डिनेट्स भी चाहिए एंड हमको मोमेंटम कोऑर्डिनेट्स भी चाहिए. सो बेसिकली फेज स्पेस इज अ 6 डायमेंशनल स्पेस एंड दैट्स इट. ओके, so another thing that this chapter is about Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. This is the fundamental definition of what is a phase space, what is a position space and what is a momentum space, right? Then come okay, यहाँ पे भी लिखा है मैंने, the constituent particles are at rest. In a static system you need to know the position coordinates, right? The space in which the state of constituent particles are described by position coordinates, that is called as the position coordinate. And a space in which the momentum coordinates are used to define the space is called as basically the dynamic system. And a phase space is nothing but a space in which the state of constituent particles are being described by position coordinates and the momentum coordinates, right? The next thing comes as the available volume of a phase space. Now what is this available
Ma'am, your voice is not coming.
I can see I'm being reconnected. Guys, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Audible हूँ ना? अब मैंने अपना वाला इंटरनेट कनेक्ट कर दिया है, बट अगर नहीं होंगी तो let me know. Okay, the slide is visible to you. What is written on the slide? What is written on the slide?
Available volume of phase space.
Available volume of the phase. Now this is another article which what is this phase space? अब हम इस phase space के characteristics पढ़ रहे हैं. Okay, so let us consider, please write down. Suppose that we are considering any elementary cubic part, एक आपका phase space है उस पे से आपने एक छोटा सा एलिमेंट्री एक सॉरी हाइलाइटर सिलेक्ट हुआ मुझसे. Suppose you have a big face space, and up is face space we say you are just selecting one cube, and the dimensions of that cube are, please write down. Suppose we consider elementary cubical part. Suppose we consider elementary cubical part of position space, which is bound by the sides. This side is delta x, this side is delta y, and this side is delta z. So the available volume of this phase space, if I need to calculate the volume of the position space. Now phase space is made up of two spaces, okay, position as well as momenta space. So the available volume, can I write the available volume like this? Delta v is equal to delta x into delta y into delta z. Can I write it? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Then another space in which I'm defining my particles with the help of momenta space. Again, whatever is the momentum along this x-axis multiplied by the momentum along this y-axis and the momentum along this z-axis. So if I need to multiply, I need to calculate what is the available volume. I am denoting this with delta gamma is equal to whatever was the available volume of position space multiplied by available volume of momenta space. Right? Clear? This delta gamma is nothing but the available volume of the phase space. Right? So the product of this available volume is nothing but the product of the volume element in the position space, and in the momenta space. So this usually the product we are denoting by delta gamma. I say that generally it is written as this is from the fundamentals. Generally we write this as Q. H naught, you understand what is this H naught? Planck, what is this H naught? H naught, H, this is nothing but Planck's constant, okay? So this available volume is the minimum volume that can be, it is written as H naught cube, okay? So if you need to find out what are the dimensions of H naught cube, can you tell me what are the dimensions? Can you tell me what are the dimensions of H naught cube? Can you tell me?
M cube, L cube, T cube.
M cube, L cube. Sure? Are you getting it? कोई बात नहीं, इसको कर लेना. And then if you calculate what are the dimensional formula, you will get it as M L square T minus 1. You will get this. So if you write in the form of something called as kg into meter square into second minus 1. What is this kg meter square second minus 1? Can you write it as joule seconds? Please work out. Can you write it as joule seconds? Joule seconds. This asked from you what are the SI units of this H naught or maybe H naught cube. Now the another topic that comes is division of phase space into compartments and cells. Can anyone tell me ये हमने क्या किया था actual में? क्या था ये compartments and cells? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? Can anyone tell me what was this fundamental जब हमने एक box को एक compartment और cell में share किया था, क्या था ये?
Ma'am, we have divided a space in different compartments, and in one compartment we have equal number of cells.
Okay, and we have what we did was we had a space, right? And for the better understanding or maybe some energy levels or some states, we kind of described that particular or divided that particular space into some of the compartments. Initially we took that the compartments were equal, then we took a compartments could be unequal also, right? Then we found another way, even if the compartments are unequal, we can find one another way in which we have some kind of cells with same dimension, right? With same dimension. So that particular space, what we were talking about is basically the phase space. Right, the space which we were talking about that time, no, that was nothing but the phase space, right? So when I talk about what is the division of phase space in the previous chapter, yes, the division of a box was done into compartments. The compartments were definitely equal or maybe unequal sizes, but then those compartments were further divided into cells which were of the same dimension. It was very suggestive compartment चाहे equal size का हो चाहे unequal size का हो, but the cells are going to be of very same size, right? The distribution अब now what happened that every compartment is going to have some n number of cells की same dimension है, but the quantity of the cells in each compartment might differ. What do you think that the quantity of different if the compartments are unequal? Yes. Yes. What do you think? If you have unequal compartments, then those compartments are going to have equal number of cells or unequal number of cells? Am I audible?
Ma'am, you are not audible.
I'm not audible?
Now it's audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
My question is very simple. If you have a space, right, and you are kind of, dividing that particular space into some n number of compartments where some n particles are to be distributed. Further, I say that the compartments could be equal. आपको slide visible है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the compartments could be equal and the compartments could be unequal. But the cells in which the compartments are further divided, they are going to have same dimension. So for the compartments, now what I am asking is, so for the compartments in which the dimension of the compartments are unequal, all the compartments are going to have same number of cells or a different number of cells?
Ma'am, different.
Ma'am, different number of cells.
डिफरेंट नंबर ऑफ सेल्स. अगर आपका कोई कंपार्टमेंट छोटा है तो उसमें सेल्स कम होंगे, अगर आपका कोई कंपार्टमेंट बड़ा है तो उसमें सेल्स ज्यादा होंगे. That is the fact that the different compartments are going to have some different number of cells. So the distribution of particle in the box can be studied in terms of distribution of particles in the compartments and the cells. Right, now we say that for studying just a second, for studying any dynamic system, all I need to know about momenta space. For studying a static system, all I need to have a position space, but they individually they don't exist. I am just talking about one space, that is phase space, and phase space is going to have both the properties. Number one of the what do you call this, of the static system as well as the dynamic system. So this is all about phase space. Is the fundamental clear? Fundamental clear?
Yes, ma'am.
यार कुछ गड़बड़ है ना, मैं रेड रेड हो रही दिख रही हूँ, मुझे बार बार दिख रहा है. To how many of you this fundamental is clear? क्योंकि अगर ये समझ में नहीं आएगा, मैक्सवेल बोल्ट्जमैन समझ में नहीं आएगी. अभी जो हम कर रहे हैं, we are just making a bridge between what we did in chapter 1 and what we are going to do in chapter 2. So this bridging is very important. If you understand what is space and how these compartments or that space is related to each other, only then you'll be able to understand what we were doing in the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. अगर आपको फेस स्पेस ही समझ में आएगा तो आपको यही समझ में आएगा कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं, बेसिकली व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. Okay, so this is all about phase space. Next come the definition called as occupation index, right? Next definition is occupation index. Occupation index is nothing but ratio of the number of particles and which are going to be divided into GI cells. So this occupation index, each compartment of the phase space is going to have a different number of particles with different number of cells, right? And the occupation index is the ratio of Ni particles to the GI number of cells. Is it clear? Or maybe you can say that it is just the number of particles per unit cell. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your hands up. Raise your hands up. Raise your hands up. If this fund अभी तुमको स्टैटिस्टिकल ना बहुत अच्छी लगने लगेगी, लेकिन अगर एक भी लेक्चर मिस कर दोगे, things are going to just what do I call कि कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आने वाला. ठीक है? Next comes the most important article, that is the two types of statistics. What are these statistics, right? There are basically two types of statistics which we talk about. One is called as classical statistics, other is called as the quantum statistics, right? First is called the classical. Okay, मैंने क्या बोला? How many types of statistics are there?
Two types.
Which statistics are there? Please write it out. सब लिखो अपने charts में. How many types of not me? How many नहीं? What are the two types of statistics that we have? Hurry up, लिखो जल्दी लिखो. Not two नहीं लिखना है, नाम लिखो statistics के. If you were vigilant enough कि मैंने क्या बोला है, तो फिर आपको एक लाइन में classical and quantum, classical quantum. Please write down everyone. लिखो फटाफट. That means I can that you guys are listening to what I am saying. Okay, so basically there are two types of statistics, right? The first statistics is जो हम अभी कर रहे हैं, that is Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. This statistics is also called as classical statistics, right? There are some assumptions. जब ये तीन statistics बनाई गई थी, अलग-अलग तरह की assumptions दी गई थी. Okay, there were few assumptions for how will be the nature of particles, what is going to be the size of the phase space, how the particles are going to go in the number of cells. So initially, firstly, one thing was decided that there is a classical physics, there is a physics which is called as there is a statistics which is called as a statistical statistics, and the further it was given by Maxwell and Boltzmann, and the statistics named as Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, right? Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. So the first opinion, the first fundamental जब कहा था कि अब क्या इसका basic fundamental बताती हूँ. You have some n number of particles and they are to be distributed in some n number of compartments, right? Now they decided कि अगर particles ऐसे distribute हुए तो ये MB statistics हो गई. अगर ये particles दूसरी तरह से distribute हुए तो ये हो गई BE statistics. अगर ये particles तीसरी तरह से distribute हो गए तो ये हो गई FD statistics. So तीन different statistics उन्होंने निकाली. First statistics जो they made was that the particles are distinguishable. Now, if you are taking n number of particles to be distributed in some compartments, या energy states, अब मैं compartments को धीरे धीरे and if these particles are if these particles are distinguishable from each other, then शायद ये मैक्सवेल बोल्ट्जमैन स्टैटिस्टिक्स को satisfy करेंगे, right? And when they are distinguishable, whatever are the n particles you are taking into consideration, plus if you say that the size of the phase space can be as small as I want, right? Third is the occupation in there is going to be no restriction on the particles. If all these four categories are satisfied, then I say the particles satisfy the classical statistics or the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, right? Second category, they said that there may be a possibility, there might be some possibility that the n particles, taking into account, they can be indistinguishable, right? अगर distinguishable भी हो सकते हैं, indistinguishable भी हो सकते हैं. So if the particles are indistinguishable, they can be either they can be either into Bose-Einstein statistics or Fermi-Dirac statistics, right? दो अलग-अलग statistics define कर दी. Bose-Einstein and Fermi-Dirac statistics were basically from the category of quantum statistics. Clear? The first fundamental, अब आपके पास कोई n particles दिए गए हैं, if they are distinguishable, okay, I am saying the particles are distinguishable, you should be able to know, ma'am, that they are going to follow the Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. That's it. Now I am saying that you are having some indistinguishable particles, ma'am, they can either be from Fermi-Dirac or they can either be from Bose-Einstein, right? Then the second point, for the both of the statistics, the mainly the quantum statistics, the size of the phase space, okay, it cannot be lesser than the available volume. Whatever is the value of whatever is the smallest value of available volume, not lesser than that. Maybe that suppose the available volume is 10 meter cube. So the available volume or the size of phase space for the particles which are indistinguishable and following the quantum statistics, the volume cannot be 9 into 9 meter cube. Whereas if it was a case of क्या बोलते हैं इसको, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, the particle, the available volume for the phase space could be as small as I wish to. Now here the occupation index is greater than 1. Okay, occupation index is greater than 1, Ni by Gi is greater than 1 means what? इसका मतलब क्या है? The number of particles are more than the number of cells, right? The third restriction which I say, अब अगर particles indistinguishable है तो वो Bose-Einstein भी हो सकते हैं, वो Fermi-Dirac भी हो सकते हैं. अब अगर उनकी volume h0 cube से small भी होगी, even then I can't distinguish them कि ये Bose-Einstein है कि Fermi-Dirac है. मुझे ये तो पता चल गया कि भाई अगर indistinguishable particles है तो वो quantum statistics follow कर रहे हैं, वो classical MV follow नहीं कर रहे हैं. But how do I compare between Bose-Einstein and Fermi-Dirac? Fermi was the person who said that no two particles are going to have a single energy state, or I can directly say that Pauli exclusion principle has to be followed. Right? Pauli exclusion principle has to be followed for the particles satisfying the Fermi-Dirac statistical rules. Clear? अब मेरे पास एक particles का set था, they were indistinguishable. Maybe you have some n particles indistinguishable, that means you cannot differentiate two particles, and they were satisfying everything. But now these particles, they did not follow Pauli exclusion principle. That means they were fitted into Bose-Einstein statistics, but if, like in the case of electrons, okay, like in the case of electrons, they follow Pauli exclusion principle, so the electrons are always going to go in Fermi-Dirac statistics. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear hai? This is the basic fundamental और ये क्लास बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, आज वाली क्लास, दिस इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट। आज मिस कर दिया, कल के बाद कुछ भी समझ नहीं आएगा, दैट आई कैन अश्योर यू। ओके, क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर? इसके बाद व्हाट इज द एम? द एम इज फर्स्ट चैप्टर, जो आपका ये चैप्टर है, दिस चैप्टर वी शैल बी about what is Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. Then your unit 2 ka chapter 1 is Bose-Einstein, chapter 3 I think is chapter 2 is Fermi-Dirac statistics. Clear? Clear?
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
raise your hands up if this is clear to you. If this is clear, just raise your hands up. Okay. ऐसे कैसे कितने सारे लोगों को क्लियर हो रहा है? Okay, so let me generate one poll. इसके बाद थोड़ा से start polling. Start polling. Start polling. FD. 21 people who are not responding. Hurry up. क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग? Hurry up.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Okay. If there are two particles, for an example, I will just take a simpler example. If suppose you have indistinguishable particle, एक छोटा सा example कर रही हूँ, which says that two particles are be distributed into two compartments. ठीक है, दो compartment आपको दिए गए हैं and two particles are to be distributed. Give me 1 second, I'll just share the entire screen. तभी तुमको वो visible होता है. Is it visible? Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So मेरा stylus pen कहाँ गया? Now suppose how are you going to realize that these are the particles and how the are going to be distributed in two compartments? Suppose two particle distribution आपको दिया है. So for in case of Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, how these particles are going to be distributed? First case, the particles can be, अब ये distinguishable है, तो can I say the particles are A, B? Can I name these particles? Particle A and particle B?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? The first case is both the particles are sitting in one compartment, other compartment is empty, right? The second case is that A is sitting in compartment 1 and B is sitting in compartment 2, right? The third case is B is sitting in compartment 1 and A is sitting in compartment 2. The fourth case is what? What is the fourth case? What is the fourth case?
AB.
There is nothing in compartment 1, but they are sitting here, right? Clear? Is it clear? Now, what will happen if I talk about what is the Bose-Einstein statistics? Now, if two particles are to be distributed, what are the particles? Can I take particles as AB? Can I take
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
as AB. Now the particles
ma'am.
are AA. Okay,
AA.
because they are indistinguishable. The
Indis-
particles can be AA, right? So what are the possibilities? What are the possibilities? That
Ma'am,
firstly,
AA
both the particles are
AA
here.
0.
0 and 0 AA.
Okay, then
0
okay, chalo
AA.
blank AA. Then
बस मैम
क्यों अकेले अकेले नहीं जा सकते?
Yes,
तो
ma'am.
बात
AA.
तो सेम ही रहेगी.
नहीं, वो सेम कब रहेगी? जब मैं एक और बनाती हूँ A and A, ये दोनों सेम रहेंगे. दिस इज गोइंग टू बी मीनिंगलेस. इसका कोई मतलब
Okay,
नहीं है.
ma'am.
दिस इज गोइंग टू बी मीनिंगलेस, बट यस दिस हैज अ मीनिंग. यहाँ पे माइक्रोस्टेट क्या, यहाँ पे तुम्हारी मैक्रोस्टेट क्या बनी? 2,0
Yes, ma'am.
बनी या नहीं बनी? यहाँ पे क्या बनी?
But 0,2.
0,2. यहाँ पे क्या है?
1,
1,1.
1,1.
So basically, how this is how you will distribute. Now, can you tell me what are the possible ways in which the Fermi-Dirac statistics can be followed? Yes. अगर ये समझ में आया है, only then you can formulate. How many number of macrostates are going to be there? मुझे बस ये बताओ पहले.
Ma'am,
जैसे
2.
इसमें 4 macrostates हो गई, ये
We have
0,2
to
हो
follow
गई,
the-
ये 1,1 हो गई. Okay,
मैम
okay. How many?
एक
मेरे को
AA और
डायरेक्ट बताओ.
मैम एक AA और
Yes.
वो सेकंड कंपार्टमेंट खाली और दूसरे में AA.
क्या बोल रहे हो?
मतलब
एक में
AA और सेकंड वाला खाली.
बट पॉली एक्सक्लूजन प्रिंसिपल फॉलो कर रहा है. 2 पार्टिकल्स एक कंपार्टमेंट में आ ही नहीं सकते.
तो फिर सिर्फ AA वाली होगी, मतलब 1
There
1.
will be only one state, that is A and A.
Yes मैम.
There will be only one state, that is one particle is sitting in compartment 1 and other particle is sitting in compartment 2, and there will be just one macrostate 1,1. Clear? Is it clear?
Clear
Yes,
मैम.
ma'am.
There
Yes,
will be
ma'am.
just one state. There will be just. Are you finding it interesting? या बस वही बोरियत वाला काम चला है कि मैम हमको पढ़ना है और that's it. This is very interesting यार. मेरे को तो बहुत interesting लगता है. I'm not sure about you guys. So is this clear? Is this are these things clear? यार ये तुम्हारी क्लास अभी खत्म होने वाली है. 15 मिनट है.
हम खत्म होने वाली है. 1 minute is left.
Clear? Raise your hands if the statistics are clear to you. 7 people, 8, 9, 10. और क्या सो रहे हैं सारे इस टाइम? 11, 12. How many? 13. 13 people. Oh, great. Very good, very good, very good. 14. Chalo, leave the session. Handwritten notes का portal I'm gonna open tomorrow or
Ma'am, एक
maybe
doubt
today.
है.
Upload
Hello,
the.
ma'am.
Yes, Rohit.
Excuse me, ma'am. मैम सुनाई दे रहा है? हेलो हेलो.
Speak up, Rohit.